I'm back. Growing up, I was around country music pretty much like all my life. I was never fond of it. I can never really put my finger on it. I don't know if it's just like the sappy, sentimental quality of it, if you even call it quality. I do have respect for some aspects of the genre. I like me some Chris Stapleton or some Johnny Cash every once in a while, but it's not a genre that I go to that often. Over the past couple of decades, it's become very contrived and formulaic and just very much a beacon for conservatism and family values and republicanism, basically. And there's really not much like variety, especially when it comes to radio country. A man by the name of Aaron Lewis is no different when it comes to this. Now, overall, this video is more about just the overarching aspects of country conservatism and how it plays into American culture, especially on the conservative right. And there are a lot of examples I can point to. There are a lot of country folks that are all about the,
well, if you don't like America, you can just leave.
let go, man! I mean, it doesn't even matter who it is. Like, you get someone somewhat famous, they don't even have to be famous, start chanting a dumb slogan or just a cheap one-liner, and it is a certainty that you will make a crowd just cheer and go, woo! And just dolphin clap like dumb fucks.
We gotta take back the country. This country's going down to shit because of communists. We gotta wake the fuck up, America.
Overall, my point is just like the culture of country music, etc., is for the sentimental and just narrow-minded, usually ignorant. Not everybody's like that, obviously. Like, a lot of people have big hearts. That's why they're easily swayed by just patriotic images, symbolism, images of the flag, fallen soldiers, country twang, and, you know, some fireworks and the national anthem, symbolic patriotism, conservative virtue signaling 101. This America-centric attitude, when it's hyper-fixated on by the conservative culture, this conservative society within America, it leads to ignorance, it leads to bigotry. This is pretty much inarguable. And I point to Aaron Lewis because he's no stranger to controversy. Good example right here. Stain lead singer Aaron Lewis. I don't speak Spanish. America. He says, I'm sorry, I don't know how to speak Spanish. I'm American. Implying that there are no Americans that speak Spanish. Nor the fact that America has shared a long history, not only with Spain, but with Mexico. And they don't speak English in Mexico. And it's also a shame, too, because, like, he used to be in Stain. Well, I mean, I guess they're back together. And they actually had some decent music. I mean, they were part of the new metal phenomenon that emerged out of the late 90s and early 2000s. Certainly you've heard some songs like this one.
You can feel my anger, you can feel my pain, you can feel my torment driving me insane.
Overall, not too bad. I was actually going to see them at Aftershock 2019, but they were playing just before Tool, and I wasn't going to just go stand in front of their stage and then just walk over to Tool. I was going to get as close as possible to Tool because they're by far and away a superior band in, like, by every metric, inarguably. Fight me. So Aaron Lewis has taken more of a country path in recent years, and what really sucks is that he's just the embodiment of country conservative ignorance. And here's a good example right here. Stain's Aaron Lewis blames Democrats for every racist law. And he said, I watched the Joe Biden speech the other day. I don't even know why I do it, but I do. And I heard him tell the story about this massacre that happened in Oklahoma a long time ago. And I listened to him throw out all these facts and spit out all this information about the KKK and about systemic racism and everything else. So I'd like to point something out that's very obvious, yet no one seems to bring it up or talk about it. That every racist law that's ever been put into place, every scar in America, was Democrats. This is the kind of ignorance I'm talking about. This is the lack of education that's way too prominent in the conservative right. They care about America so much, but don't care about its history. I know you're thinking, oh, well, this is true. Much of the racism in America and in American history is because of policies passed by Democrats. Yes, but the parties switched. We'll get to that in a second. It's really not a bread to video if we don't say, we'll get back to that. Aaron Lewis unleashes on Democrats. They're responsible for every fucking scar that exists on America. I really look back on this time frame in history and wonder how we allowed such ridiculousness to happen in this country. We've allowed a virus that was created by man to destroy the entire fabric of mankind. Okay. Let's go through history, shall we, real quick? Every Indian massacre, every fucking slave aside from 8 that was ever owned in this fucking country was owned by fucking Democrats. Segregational law, every racist law, every Jim Crow law, every effing KKK meeting, blah, 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 blah. If you're a history buff, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, like conservative, libertarian, liberal, whatever. If you haven't understood yet that the party switch happened, then you're doing yourself a disservice. You're spreading disinformation. You really need to study up on it. But the problem is, if you type in the party switch to Google, you get bullshit. You get a downplaying of the party switch. You get Steven Crowder or Ben Shapiro saying, "Oh, this is bullshit. This never happened." Yes, it fucking did. I recommend everybody to read this article from History.com. How the Party of Lincoln Won Over the Once Democratic South. Democratic defectors known as the Dixiecrats started a switch to the Republican Party in a movement that was later fueled by a so-called Southern strategy. See what was happening in the late 40s throughout the early 70s. And it took a couple of decades after that to happen. A lot of Democrats, a lot of racist Democrats, especially the South. If you look at the South, the old electoral maps, it was all deep blue. But because civil rights were becoming a whole lot more prominent in the discussion of desegregation, Democrats were not okay with any of that. And so they basically switched parties. There's a lot more to it. I strongly recommend reading this article. Not only that, but a great video done by Deep Fat Fried, one of my favorite podcasts, one of my favorite shows. They do a video on the party switch, and they go into great detail at great length to perfectly describe how the party switch happened and how Democrats basically became Republicans in the middle of the 20th century. So when you hear idiots like Aaron Lewis say, "Oh, all racist laws and etc., or idiots like Socialist MMA or the formerly known as Fred Hampton leftists, who had to change their name because Fred Hampton Jr. didn't give them permission. They love to just trot out this trope that everything was done by Democrats. But the Democratic Party of yesterday is now the Republican Party of today. Of course, that's oversimplifying it, but if you actually care about this shit and don't want to spread bullshit, then I think it'd be in your best interest to actually learn more about the party switch. So before we move on to one of Aaron's infamous speeches that he gives while he's out on tour, this is a great MetalSucks article that just completely shits on him, and for good reason. Stains Aaron Lewis has a PhD in logic. If Abraham Lincoln were alive today, he'd probably want to be associated with a Republican Party, like he'd want to get shot in the back of the head while trying to enjoy a night at the theater. Still, a portion of the right loves to point out that Lincoln was a Republican because it lends them nobility and disproves any allegations of racism. Assuming you believe that nothing ever changes, no political party is capable of enlightenment or corruption, and every single person who belongs to a particular group is exactly the same. Aaron Lewis recently made this very argument during a rant to a crowd in Charleston, West Virginia, a state, it's worth noting, founded during the Civil War by Virginians who very specifically did not want to be part of the Confederacy. His new single, Am I the Only One, which we're going to get to very soon, includes lyrics bemoaning another statue coming down in a town near you. That is already a deeply, deeply stupid sentiment because it suggests that no statues of Confederate leaders are coming down in your actual town, which in turn suggests whatever threat the removal of these monuments poses, at least you are a few degrees removed from it. So it doesn't even really make sense as propaganda. Yeah, a town near you, not your town, though. And it's the same shit right here. All those statues, they were Democrats, all of them. Blah, 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 scars of the Democratic Party. If we take Lewis at his word, and the history of the Confederacy is the shame of the Democrats and the Democrats alone, then why do Republicans care if they get taken down? Is the idea here that the statue should be left up as a reminder of how evil the Democrats are? Is it meant to be a form of punitive branding? That doesn't seem to be the argument Fox News pundits like to make against tearing these monuments down. It also makes me wonder why the right isn't in favor of, say, leaving Saddam Hussein's statue in Iraq alone. Either way, check out this article from MetalSucks. It's great. It's funny. It's just like, it puts the question of Aaron Lewis's logic on full display, and anyone who thinks like him, or at least like copies his attempts at thinking. But speaking of his song, Am I the Only One? It's got all the tropes of a country conservative, whatever, virtue signaling. It just reeks of contrivance. Am I the only one here tonight? Shaking my head thinking something ain't right. Is it just me? Am I losing my mind? Am I standing on the edge of the end of time? Am I the only one? Tell me I'm not. Who thinks they're taking all the good we got and turning it bad? The bad guys want to take the good things from us. I'm in favor of good things and against bad things. Hell, I'll be damned. I think I'm turning to my old man. Am I the only one willing to bleed or take a bullet for being free? Screaming, what the fuck, at my TV for telling me, yeah, or are you telling me that I'm the only one willing to fight for my love of the red and white and the blue burning on the ground? Another statue coming down in a town near you? Am I the only one not brainwashed, making my way through the land of the lost, who still gives a shit and worries about his kids as they try to undo all the things he did? Am I the only one who can't take no more screaming and feeling like it? There's the fucking door. Am I the only one who quits singing along every time they play a Springsteen song? Wow, because Bruce Springsteen dares to criticize American culture because of the way it neglects its most vulnerable citizens? Because people get by paycheck to paycheck or on the edge of destitution. We do nothing about our homelessness. Jesus Christ. Am I the only one sitting here still holding back my tears for the ones who paid with the lives they gave? God bless the USA. Yeah, I'm sure Aaron Lewis is one of those people that doesn't care if our soldiers today get sent overseas and die for no reason. Because apparently our freedoms are overseas or something like that, and we gotta protect them by going over there. Sell our troops out to Saudi Arabia and Israel. And yeah, just repeating the chorus and blah, blah, blah. So all of this cultural country conservatism, etc., I've been wanting to cover it for a while, but this is the video that sparked it. The channel Rockfeed shared a speech that he made recently. Most of it was the standard cliche, wake the fuck up, America. They want to shoot up our kids with these vaccines and blah, blah, blah. But there are a couple parts that I want to cover right here that were just... What? This is what made me want to do the video.
Well, they tell us that we need to shoot our children up with vaccines that aren't proven. All I'm trying to say is that everybody needs to wake the fuck up.
So far, just he has to be vague about everything.
These are biblical times that we're living, people. I would suggest that if you've lost touch or lost faith from the Lord, I would suggest that you seek some reattachment.
You know, according to conservatives, since the 80s or 70s, whatever, or as long as Christianity's been around, every day is the end times, biblical times, the end of the world. It's right around the corner. You wait.
I'm very grateful for what this country has afforded me. We're about to lose it, people. If we don't stand up,
Lose it to who? Who the fuck is he referring to? Who are these evil lecturous people that he's referring to? Because was he not fucking paying attention to the last 4 years before Biden took office and is now fucking leading the country on autopilot?
and if you can think for 1 second that any politician, minus a handful, Madison Cawthorn being one, that motherfucker is a badass.
What? Yeah, I already had this pulled up because that is absolutely fucking insane. I didn't know this, but Madison Cawthorn is actually younger than I am. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Yeah, and yeah, I don't get the hype. I don't understand the big deal. He's just a standard conservative. It's cool that he supports same-sex marriage and removing Confederate statues at least, but he's anti-abortion, so he's an idiot. Women are earthen vessels sanctified by Almighty God. God damn it. Christianity is a cult.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. There's a few. Am I'm drinking. I can't remember them all. But there's a few.
Oh my God. Yes. Marjorie Taylor Greene. An absolute fucking lunatic. Like, cuckoo bananas insane. Fucking the same woman who, before getting elected in the Congress, was peeking and talking through Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's little mail slot in her front door of her office, and it was the most disturbing, childish shit ever. She fucking believes in the most insane shit, like total QAnon believer all the way. Like that alone, like you're gonzo. You're fucking out in La La Land. She fucking believes in countless conspiracies, including Clinton kill list, Vegas mass shooting, Seth Rich. She's insanely racist and anti-Semitic and Islamophobic. Has said all sorts of disgusting things, particularly towards Ilhan Omar in Congress. She's made all sorts of fucking insane posts about hanging Obama and Hillary Clinton, about Sandy Hook and space lasers. That the space lasers were responsible for the deadliest fires in California's history, about 9/11. Just it goes on and on and on and on, and and this infamous whatever the fuck she's doing here in Congress. She literally just brought a meme and said, "Oh yeah, this is a simple meme that you would find on the internet, but the meme is very real. The Green New Deal, surprise, serves China and China only." Yeah, actually, I don't understand that anyone can take this bullshit seriously. Yeah, according to people like Aaron Lewis and conservatives in general, everything is a communist plot. So the rest of the clip is just pretty unnecessary, but like I said before, the point of this video is just to provide a window into the mind of these people, because this is very common. Like, just go on Facebook, look at what gets the most traction. It's conservative feel-good stories, vague, empty platitudes that don't mean nothing, like, oh, remember what they took from you, we need to take our country back. It means nothing. It means nothing. There's no point to it. So that's why I wrote a song. This is a parody of Aaron's song, Am I the Only One? The song that I was just reading lyrics to a bit ago. It was a little different, but stick around. I think you all enjoy this one. Thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy. Wrote this in about 30 minutes. Am I the only one who doesn't get your vague and vapid and stupid shit that you put in your cheap ass country song, fooling all these dumb fucks to sing along? Am I the only one who sees right through this manipulative bullshit that's fed to you by a stale, dull, boring genre of music, cherished by the ignorant? It makes me sick. No one gives a fuck about your sentimental shit. Confederate statue comes down, I say good riddance. Don't give me that bullshit, it's my heritage. Is it just me? Does anyone else cringe at modern country music and its riders so unhinged? 'Cause who the fuck cares about trucks, Jesus, and your country wares? Am I the only one who doesn't care how edgy you are by saying fuck in a country song? Yeah, that'll sure make it more unique. Are you telling me that the politician you don't mind is Marjorie Taylor Greene? Are you motherfucking kidding me? Turn off Newsmax, Fox and OAN, MSNBC and CNN. Delete your Facebook and swallow your pride, 'cause corporate America rules your life. Grow the fuck up, wear a damn mask, get vaccinated and kiss my socialist ass. You're all the same, and your lack of perspective brings me pain. Back in the 90s, I was in a very famous TV show. Thank you all for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fucking shit. Follow me on Twitter at StatelessPatriot2. What should I talk about next? Let me know. Stay tuned for my upcoming other content, I suppose. Hope everyone is doing well. I'll see you all very soon.